Welcome to my channel relating to Bates. Counting on alums Derick and Jill Duggar Dillard previously shocked the world after appearing at the Duggar family's Christmas party. Jill is known for her estrangement from her parents. Things also got more complicated when Jill and Derick began to make shocking claims against Jim Bob and their church. However, some fans think Derick is starting to rebuild his relationship with his father-in-law, but his latest comments tell a different story. Keep reading to see his statements. Counting on Jill Duggar and Derick Dillard appear at the family's Christmas party. James took to Instagram just a day after Christmas to share photos from the family's get-together. The Christmas party at the big house has been a tradition in the family, but many Counting On fans were surprised that Derick and Jill attended the gathering amid their strained relationship with Jim Bob. One of the photos shows the two talking to Jim Bob while sitting on a sofa with him. It was reported that Jim Bob was unhappy when the married couple released a book featuring their challenging past with him and the IBLP. Jill previously stated that she and her parents have been working on their relationship, but it seems Derick still has some grudges about his father-in-law. Derick blasts Jim Bob friendship. Some Redditors reacted to Derick Dillard's recent comments to a news page, saying he and Jill were mingling with Jim Bob Duggar. According to the Counting On alum, he thinks being ambushed or being unknowingly photographed by someone you're at odds with is considered mingling, seemingly implying that his relationship with Jim Bob is far from being called friends. Derick added that Jim Bob was the one who approached them, and they talked for less than 10 minutes. He added that it was a huge Christmas party, and they were trying to be civil for the sake of their family. Toti's fired, TOT's fired. I bet he gagged after he wrote this, exerted more energy than running. Posted on James's actual page if you want to start something direct. Looking at James' Instagram post again, and it does seem kinda intentional. All the other pics are direct shots of people, and this one is just weird. The three of them are kind of the focus even though it's just a picture of the back of the couch lol. I feel Derick on this. I completely understand being civil for the sake of enjoying a family holiday together. Jill still has minor siblings that I'm sure she wants to see, and her own kids have so many cousins to play with. I would have been pissed too if I were him. Lots of people made incorrect assumptions publicly about these pics. Counting On Jill Duggar shares first family outing of the year. Jill Duggar Dillard has yet to address Derick's recent IG rampage. However, the Counting On alum just uploaded new photos from their first trip of 2025. According to Jill, they started their year at Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri. They did many activities, including rides and a cave tour. Jill continued to keep her kids' faces away from cameras as well. If you are looking for more Duggar family news, come back to TV shows Ace for all your updates. Counting On Derick Dillard blasts Jim Bob Duggar over friendship claims. The world of reality television, especially with the Duggar family, has always been shrouded in drama and public intrigue. The Duggar family show, Counting On, which had garnered a massive following due to its portrayal of conservative family values and the peculiar lifestyle choices of the Duggars, was also a source of much controversy. Over the years, the family's public image was frequently questioned, especially when it came to their strict rules and the spiritual teachings of the Institute in Basic Life Principles, IBLP. However, the public's interest intensified when Jill Duggar and her husband, Derick Dillard, took the bold step to distance themselves from their parents, particularly Jim Bob Duggar, and became more vocal about their estranged relationship with him. Recently, the couple made waves once again after appearing at a Duggar family Christmas party, a gathering that many fans of Counting On thought would be impossible given the strained relations. Jill and Derick, especially, have been very open about their challenging relationship with Jim Bob and the IBLP. But when they made the surprising decision to attend the Duggar family gathering, it left fans and followers in a state of confusion. Could there be hope for reconciliation between Derick and Jim Bob? Or were there still unresolved issues behind the seemingly cordial public appearance? A surprising appearance. Christmas has long been a special occasion for the Duggar family. Each year, the family hosts an extravagant gathering in their large home where they celebrate and bond. However, this tradition took an unexpected turn when Jill and Derick Dillard, two former Counting on stars known for their tensions with Jim Bob Duggar, made an appearance at the event. The photo shared by the Duggar family patriarch, Jim Bob, on Instagram showed Derick and Jill engaging in a brief conversation with him while seated on a couch. The picture was shared just a day after Christmas, a time when the Duggar family typically enjoys their holidays surrounded by loved ones. Fans were shocked by the unexpected display of unity, given Jill's long history of estrangement from her parents and the controversy surrounding her relationship with Jim Bob. The post stirred conversations online, with many speculating that perhaps Jill and Derick were ready to reconcile with Jim Bob. In the image, Derick and Jill appear to be having a casual conversation with Jim Bob, seemingly devoid of any tension. However, fans who were familiar with the couple's past knew that appearances could be deceiving. Despite the photo's apparent cheerfulness, it didn't take long before speculation began to swirl. Was this a true reconciliation, or was it merely an effort to maintain civility for the sake of family appearances? What did Derick and Jill really think of Jim Bob, especially after all the hurt and emotional turmoil they had faced in the past? Derick Dillard responds, "A blast at the friendship narrative." The tension between Derick and Jim Bob was far from over. After the photo was posted, fans began to discuss the implications of the image, with some suggesting that the Dillards were reuniting with Jim Bob. The speculation intensified when some Reddit users expressed their belief that the couple had finally made amends with the Duggar patriarch. This idea, however, was quickly dispelled when Derick Dillard himself weighed in on the conversation. Taking to his own social media, Derick expressed his frustration with the narrative that had been spun around the photo. In a comment directed at a news page discussing the situation, Derick clarified that he and Jill had not mingled with Jim Bob as some had suggested. In fact, according to Derick, the situation was far from cordial. He emphasized that the interaction was far from a friendly chat and was, in fact, a case of being ambushed. Derick revealed that the photo in question had been taken unexpectedly, and he was caught off guard by the whole situation. He described how he and Jill were seated on the couch and had a brief conversation with Jim Bob, lasting no longer than 10 minutes. Further clarifying the situation, Derick pointed out that it was Jim Bob who had approached them at the party, not the other way around. He noted that the event itself was a large family gathering, and they were trying to be civil for the sake of their extended family. Derick also emphasized that he was not interested in pretending to be friends with Jim Bob. The whole interaction, according to him, was simply an attempt to get through the evening without further escalating tensions. Derick's comments were a stark contrast to the image of reconciliation that many fans had hoped for. It seemed that the issue between him and Jim Bob was far from resolved, and the photo at the Christmas party was simply a fleeting moment in an ongoing complex relationship. Derick's words suggested that the estrangement was not something he was ready to move past easily, and he was not interested in pretending that everything was fine just for the sake of appearances. Fans react, mixed opinions on the Dillard-Duggar reunion. As expected, Derick's comments sparked a flurry of reactions from the Counting on fandom. Some Redditors expressed their understanding of Derick's frustration. They empathized with his position, feeling that it must have been difficult to be unexpectedly photographed in a situation that felt more like a forced interaction than a friendly reunion. These fans pointed out that it was likely difficult for Jill as well, given that she still has younger siblings within the Duggar family and likely wanted to maintain a sense of normalcy for the sake of her children. For Jill, The Christmas gathering was more about seeing her siblings and allowing her kids to interact with their cousins, rather than rekindling any personal ties with Jim Bob. Come back to Relating to Bates and see more news.